Hey everybody, what's up? It's Asian Gunslinger here. So I am here to tell you about how my wonderful weekend at Baltimore Regionals was. It was an amazing weekend. A lot of friends. Went with a lot of my friends from locals, all that fun stuff. So we got chilled, hotel, game prepped, everything. So it was fun. It was a really big event. Um, there were 2,766 people in the Masters Division tournament. Um, so biggest tournament that I've ever been to. Right, it exceeded Charlotte last season. My first majors that I went to was in Charlotte last season, which they were 2,393 contenders in that Masters division. So I actually ended up sitting a little bit higher than halfway um, into this tournament. So I was on the top half, but I didn't did. I wish I could have broke 1,000. That would have been awesome, but I didn't. So it is what it is. But we're gonna look at my win loss. I'll talk about a little bit of each match. I wish I would have sat down and actually did a video breakdown after each game, but with how much time I had and how much I wanted to enjoy the space, I didn't do that. So please, I'm keeping it honest with y'all with that. So we have my win loss record. I did technically go according to official record. I went 3-5-1. So we had 9 rounds. Started off really rough. Um, got a little bit better midway through, and of course some other issues. But here's the thing. Um, I guess I'll talk about it when we get to those matches. Okay, so round one, I was playing against uh, Reggie Drago. Both we took the match to turn, right? To turns. So if you don't know what turns are, maybe you've never been to a majors or anything like that, or even locals. Um, so when every match is timed, every round is timed. So you have 50 minutes each round to play. So you have to play best of three. Now, if you run out of time before you finish a match, you go into turns. So if I was playing somebody else and it was my turn when they called time, I'd be turn 0, 1, 2, 3. So both of us have technically 2 turns to play out whatever situation we're in, and to try to get a win. If a win's not possible, then we end up drawing that particular match. Um, so ended up playing 2 matches, took it right down to time, and into rounds, lost. Um, so it is what it is. He did say that he was a world's competitor. So I mean, I played, and it wasn't like it was a blowout. It was prize for prize. So I'll take it. I was also running not Reggie Drago. They were running Reggie Drago. I was playing Roaring Moon. My deck kept up with us pretty well. Is just he managed to top deck what he needed when he needed it. So it came down to just unlucky situation. Um, for both matches in that round that I played him. Round two was also a Reggie Drago deck. I ran into quite a bit. Lost to that Reggie Drago deck once again. Back and forth prizing, really close. Same situation. It was a good game. I can't really say anything about these competitors. They were great. They were. I was learning from them as much as I could, trying to become a better player throughout the day. So I did take the next match, which put me down with Iron Thorns, which I was like, that's one of my best matchups you could put me up against. So I took it like in 10 minutes. Like it didn't take long at all for me to just clean sweep them real quick. Um, So then we have another loss. The next loss was the questionable thing. Like I said, there's some questionable ones in here that could have. This is where technically it is a 3-5-1 record. But so I was playing Sean Timmons. Great player, talking, engaging, both of us going back and forth as we played. So it was really good competition. We got through the first 2 games, cleaned it. It was fine. 1-1. We then got into our third match in that round. Got into the situation where before we had discussed possible gentleman's agreement, either based on prize or board state, stuff like that. Just because at that point we were both 1-2. You could not have lost 3 matches. You had to win 6 straight and 3 ties, or 7 wins and 2 losses. That was the worst your record to be, is 7 wins, 2 losses, or 6 wins and 3 ties. So what went on from there was that we got down to third game. We got into board state. We had our quick discussion. It's like, okay, so what's going on? Looking at board, we both made a quick, brief discussion about why we think we would be in a better situation. But of course, we were saying stuff, and we both agree, like, we're saying stuff that we don't know that we may or may not get, because that's just how the board was set up. So what we did was we showed hands. He had Iono. I had Professor's Research, but it was his turn. So if he were to continue play, it would be his turn. He had Iono, and I was like, so with his Lugia deck, I was like, okay, knowing what cards he's played, knowing what cards he has in deck, I was like, the likelihood of him pulling what he needs is high. So I could have just taken. I could just said, hey, no, I'm taking the draw, and we both have been kicked out of possible contending later on. But I then decided to say, hey, I'm gonna give him the win on the gentleman's agreement. I think he has a better board state. I'm gonna give him the win. So he played really well. He, as a gentleman, was like, hey, why don't we flip? Because we both had 6 prizes left. It was the start of the third match. It's like, okay, so why don't we flip the top 6 cards and see what we got? And so we flipped the top 6 cards, and he got what he needed to pull out and take a lead. So I was like, okay, that's fair. That makes me feel a little bit better walking away from that match, saying, hey, if we were to continue this as a casual game or something like that, he would actually win. So I was happy about that. Appreciate that, Sean. I appreciate that a lot. So we go off to our next match. What was he playing? I think it was another Lugia. We ended up playing another Lugia because it was Drago, Iron Thorns, Lugia. Drago, Lugia. No, Lugia. That was Drago. So we ended up playing Drago 4 times, Lugia 3. Yeah. So it was Lugia here. We beat Lugia once. We tied to Lugia. So I played like 3 Lugias in a row. That's why I'm trying to make sure I get it right. So I tried like 3 Lugias. I won against Lugia. Tied. Lost to Drago. And so round 7 was another one that is one of my questionable ones. That's why I say it's legitimately on ticket. It's 3-5-1. So I could have instead of taking the loss against Sean, I could have taken the tie. And against Charlie, Charlie was fresh out of it was his first majors out of the seniors division, so it was his first masters level tournament. Really good player, played it to the last card in his deck. Um, and we were even. Um, but it got down to a point during the third match that it was neck and neck, right? And so we looked at board state because I don't like going off prizes, because prizes only gives you a very small fraction of what's going on in the game. So I like to go off board state. So we look at board state, and Charlie and I are like, okay, we gave our quick little like 30-second breakdown, and I was like, okay, I think so. What I'm gonna do is because once again, he's first masters in our first majors and masters division. He's a really good player, really strong. Obviously, ending with 16 points, with 5 wins. He could have made it. He could have made it to top cut. He could have made it to day 2. So shout out to Charlie as well. He's a great player. So I ended up giving him that win because, like I said, I think he deserved it. He played really well. Not that I don't think I played well. I think I played well in all my matches. There was a couple hiccups here and there, but I think I played well. I think he played amazingly. So I ended up giving him, passing it off to him and letting him take a run for it, since I was already out, obviously, because I already had my 3 losses. So I was like, hey, just go ahead, take the win, take the run, best of luck. Once again, great player, great attitude. I love how everybody on this list was amazing. I ran into Miguel. Miguel was from Mexico. Great man. Loved conversing with him, talking to him out, talking through the whole match. We actually even talked as at the end. We were like, hey, what do you think I could have done? Haven't looked at my deck and seen it play. It's like, what do you think I could have done? Where I make mistakes? And we went back and forth, and we had a great conversation. So thanks, Miguel. I appreciate it. I doubt any of you will ever hear or see this, but I appreciate you all. You all great. Miguel, don't talk down to yourself. That's the big thing too. You're a great player. So keep it up. So then we get into our last match against Albert. Albert, you're a beast, man. I love it. You're awesome. He was the one Ancient Box player I actually met. He is an amazing person. We just talked and chatted like the whole entire match. He was awesome. Sad though. He did have to leave going into the third match. We had a great first match, awesome back and forth. Great second match. I actually screwed up. I actually put the energy in the wrong spot because for some reason I was not thinking, and then I ended up backing myself into a corner, and I had a scoop. And he took that match. We ended up going to a third. He ended up having to leave, so he had to withdraw from that match, giving me the win. But Albert, you're awesome. Appreciate you. Once again, I don't think anybody, including Albert, is going to ever hear nor see this video. But it was great playing every single one of them. I recommend, if you have a chance to go to a majors tournament, a regional IC or something like that, there's some great people there. I recommend 100% taking the opportunity to go. I really hope, fingers crossed, that maybe I'll get to go to another one this season. I'm thinking if they have one, maybe in another, maybe Charlotte again. But I don't think so. I think they posted everything. If they didn't, or if they have posted everything, or if they haven't posted everything, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what the next, if they're planning on posting any more regionals. That'd be awesome. So let me know what's going on and what else is happening. But that was essentially my trip to Baltimore. My friends and I had a great day one. Once again, my friends and I didn't do as well as we would have liked for the most part, but it was still fun. We still got to play a ton of Pokemon, which is all you can really ask for, right? Play as much as you can, learn as much as you can. So that was just a learning experience. Another day, just learning. Did pick up some cards at the vendors. Had some fun at the vendors. Did do one or two side events. But once again, by the end of day one, day two, I was just wiped. I was just tired. So I played one or two side events, and my friends and I just kind of pieced out at that point. So it was good. But I do appreciate it. Of course, go ahead, ask me any questions about regionals. What you would like to know if maybe I didn't answer it. Maybe you have more questions about the actual matchups and stuff like that, and how I feel about those matchups. Please just let me know. I'll do my best to recall those matches, and let you know how I remember them going. But once again, I should have recorded a brief diary or vlog of it when it was happening. So don't shoot the messenger, please. So, but thank you all. 8-bit, shout out to you for making sure that I get this done. Yeah, I don't want to hold anybody up. Like I said, let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the usual stuff, all the socials. I appreciate it. But I'll catch you all later.